favorites in conference play. They know you, you know them, and there's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. Welcome to the home of the Utah Utes, Rice-Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City. As we'll see, the number 25 team in the country, the Baylor Bears, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Utah Utes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Utes will put total leather to crank us up.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. Back to throw, it's Abbey. Makes the catch. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to the big tight end. Finds a man on the left. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So Baylor's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. The give to the back. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29. It's often said quarterback is the most high-profile position in sports, and when you have a guy like this, how could it not be?
Yeah, he's the guy that the defense is going to be keying on. They've had all week long to watch film to get ready for him, but David, when you have his kind of athletic ability and his kind of arm talent, he is so difficult to stop.
Yeah, you can have all week. You can have all season. This guy is so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They trust him. They know what he brings to the table. This offense revolves around what he can do.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. He is denied. Cannot get to the first down marker, and it's 4th down coming.
And I'll tell you what, I like this defense's game plan right here. Drop back, make sure I got the sticks covered. If they want to throw it below the sticks, I'm going to come up and tackle you and make sure I get you to 4th down.
It is good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Utah's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
The Utes come to the line with a new set of downs. The give from the gun. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Let's talk for just a minute here about Utah. They've climbed into the top 15, reached a little bit of a checkpoint, haven't they? Playoff is 12 teams. But it's right about this range that people start tuning in to see what you can do, to see if you're the real deal. Isn't that right, David?
Yeah, and cheering against you, right? A lot of times because their teams are doing well or competing with you, but Let's see if the squad can build on the momentum. Starting to get some momentum, some love now, Jesse. How do they handle that?
I'm excited to see how this team is going to finish, too, because we know they've got talent. They've got guys that can take the...
Breaks into the open. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking downfield on first down. He's got him in the flat. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He did in that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. And the Utes are threatening in the red zone. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wants to adjust the pattern. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. You're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing.
Touchdown, Utah! Quick strike through the air for the score. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
It took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to pass. It's Ebby. Snagged out of the air. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Incomplete. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job.
Turning it on! And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. The Bears want to move quickly.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but, man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Touchdown, Bears! They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got.
It's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game one.
Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. We've had some early scores. They get the ball back, trailing by a field goal 10-7. Takes the easy completion. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Wants to fire on second down. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21. That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Here's the handoff. Made a defender miss. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. And the Bears, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Trying to power it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Baylor! The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Out of the end zone. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Good timing on the quick out. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. The Utes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Wants to throw on first down. They're setting up the screen. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. And the Utes have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He's got him. They make the stop, but the sweet pull and catch is plenty to give him a first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Running back searching for a hole. Got the first down and still on his feet. They finally get him stopped, but this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe...
Oh, he's got some space. He goes... The Utes started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. To the air on first down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Driving its way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got...
Touchdown, Utes! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
On to attempt the try. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. To the air, it's heavy. Under fire. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
This time on target. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back on the move. Got enough for the first. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Bears! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Hauls it in.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. And the Utes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. Just a short pass to the tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. He's going to take off. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, the defense, they haven't had an answer for this guy. He has been lighting them up in the pass game early and often so far, and that time just not able to hook up with his quarterback.
Throws to the tight end. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, you've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Makes the catch. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've been calling a lively one so far from Salt Lake City. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Bears will line up to kick off and start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Looking to throw on first down. He fires a bullet to the right. Makes a grab deep. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37. They'll go to the ground. Got enough for the first. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Right on the money. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. The Utes want to crank the tempo. trying to surge it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Utah! They'll try to tack one more on their score. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Bringing it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Give to the running back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Under fire. Makes the catch near the sideline, but he's down immediately before he gained an inch.
Man, these running backs are used to being split out in high school as a wide receiver, playing 7-on-7 as middle school and high school. You could tell how comfortable he was being a wide receiver near the sidelines. Didn't get nervous at all.
Fires to the middle. Got him in the open. Oh, a lot of space. At the 30. Inside the touchdown, Baylor! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And the Utes getting set on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And that's just a play that you have got to make if you're going to win this game. You're not going to get a lot of chances like that. You might not get another receiver that open for the rest of the season.
Looking left. Right on the money. He's loose. He's at the touchdown, Utes. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy shows you right there a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Gets it to him on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. And the Bears now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. This is why Rice-Eccles is one of the toughest places to play in all the country. Looking deep down the right side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Bears decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. If they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires. On target to the left. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. The Utes look to do some damage in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. He's got it on the move. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. And the Utes will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. On the ground. Touchdown, Utah! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Few things on offense as reliable as a tough power back as he plows his way ahead to the 33. And the Bears with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Leaves it with the running back. Stuffed almost in his track, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Bears line up to punt it away.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Out of the gun, the inside give. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Utah has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the give to the back. There he goes. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through him.
Hand off from the shotgun. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. The Utes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. From the gun on 3rd down. They get to him as he throws. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They'll leave it with the lone back. He breaks a tackle. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And he just refused to go down. Just see him break all those tackles. That was unbelievable. You saw the power and the speed, but also just the will and desire to make those guys miss. That's impressive.
They'll leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. The give to the back. He's got 1st down yardage as they move it to the 44. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Bears will line it up on 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Breaks into the open. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. The Bears are on the move. They'll give it to him again. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. And the Bears have taken it inside the 20. Looking for room, it's Kessler. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll try the run. Touchdown Bears! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
If he can make this one, the lead will be 3. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on 1st down, finding positive yards.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field. Points, but they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Massey. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play. And the Utes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Looking for space. It's Massey. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Utes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. from the gun, the ground game. On the move at the 30. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Handoff from the gun. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the fourth quarter, they're going to need.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Now it's 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. 3rd and goal. Trying to run it in. Touchdown, Utes! Lead.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. You got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
And I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that deep shot.
Looking downfield, it's Ebby. Quickly out to the tight end. Great job in this 2-minute drill as he gets out of bounds, keeping the clock on their side as they're trying to pull it out. Looking downfield on 1st down. He makes the grab. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on 2nd down. Back to pass. Fires deep toward the end zone. He knocked it away. Incomplete and saved the game as this one is over. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.